Meeting come to order. In compliance with Chapter 231 Public Laws, 1975, entitled Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as specified in the Act. Proper notice of this public meeting was provided in the notice of April 28, 2010. Said notice was posted at the entrance of the Board of Education offices, mailed to the Nutley Sun, the Star Ledger, the North Jersey Herald News, and the Nutley Journal. Mailed to the Nutley Township Clerk, advertised in the Nutley Sun on May 6, 2010, posted on the district website. This is an official meeting. Please stand for a moment of silence for our troops overseas and the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll, please.
Mr. Gupta?
Here.
Mr. Kaczynski? Here. Mr. Messerschmidt? Here. Dr. Reed?
Here.
Mr. Rogers?
Here.
Mrs. Russo? Here. Mr. Sauter? Mr. Spizzato?
Here.
Mr. Riley?
Approval of minutes. Motion.
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Correspondence?
There is
Superintendent's report?
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. As everyone can imagine, the budget's a critical concern for this school board, and it is the highest priority at this point moving forward. We had a principals meeting on the 6th and the 7th to address those issues regarding staffing and budget for next year at the principals level. Our last board meeting was the 10th. Since that board meeting, we've had one snow day, 2 delayed openings. On the 14th, the mayor's office hosted a meeting of the Municipal Alliance regarding a survey for at-risk youth. On the 17th, the school was closed for Martin Luther King Day. The Budget Committee met on the 18th. On the 19th, the State Athletic Association met. The 19th, also Facilities Committee met, and there's a great deal to be said there. On the 20th, the Athletic Committee met, and we also had negotiations with the Administrators Association. Looking ahead, on the 26th and 27th, a large majority of our teachers who are involved in New Jersey Ask are attending in-service in Nutley, conducted by Management Incorporated, who not only designs but scores the test. And we've brought them in to in-service our staff. On the 28th is a county roundtable meeting, and perhaps we will get some updates on budget. On the 31st, we will have a special meeting which Mr. Cook will address. And then moving forward into February, on the 1st, there is a Finance Committee meeting. On the 2nd, a bullying seminar hosted by the Essex County Superintendent's Office. And February break is February 21st through 25th. Thank you.
Board Secretary's report?
In the fall, we conducted the annual open enrollment for our health benefits plan. And as a recap, we had 33 members switch from traditional to direct access, effective January 1st, 2011. The total savings for the balance of this year, which is January through June, is $102,454. The employees are paid a one-time incentive for the switch. That's totaling $47,405, and that is one of the resolutions for approval on tonight's agenda, giving us a grand total in savings for the balance of this year of $55,049. And the savings moving forward will be against the premiums, because direct access premiums are less costly than the traditional. So it was a very successful open enrollment period.
Thank you. Committee reports?
Yes, as was mentioned, the athletic committee meeting, we had a meeting the other day. We will be discussing that further on.
In the closed session.
In both sections, yes.
Any other committee reports? Mr. Zara said the Finance Committee met, and we went through a list of potential actions to meet budget, and it was presented at our executive meeting last time, and we'll continue to talk about it in future meetings. Anything else? We now come to the portion of our meeting where we allow members of the public to address the board. In this session, we allow questions or comments on only the resolutions addressed in tonight's agenda. Our board resolutions allot 20 minutes. Regulations allot 20 minutes for these communications. Each person shall be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask you to try to stay within this requirement. Speakers may speak more than once only after all others wishing to speak on a topic have been heard. All statements will be directed to me as the chairperson, and no one may address the board members individually. Please be reminded that if your statement is too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, obscene, irrelevant, or redundant, your participation may be terminated. Please remember to always state your name and address each and every time you address the board. Anyone wishing to address the board? Resolution items on.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Alan Thomas, 108 McKinley Street. Mr. Cook, regarding Superintendent's Resolution number 15, memorandum of agreement with law enforcement officials. There isn't a whole lot of information there about what this agreement is about and which law enforcement officials it's with. Could we get a brief summary?
Yes.
Thank you.
Memorandum of agreement is required of each school district, and that is a memorandum between the Nutley School District and the local police regarding protocol, anything that occurs that is of a criminal nature or something that would impact our schools. The police are required to inform us. And the memorandum is signed by the police chief, myself, the president of the board, and it is sent as required to the county prosecutor's office. And this has been going on for quite some time.
Thank you. Anyone else? Questions?
Anybody has a comment?
Will the board receive a copy of it?
Yes.
Okay, when?
Right now, I just have the original with the signature from Mr. Cook in place of
It would
Mr.
be nice if we had got it prior to voting. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else from the public wish to speak? Mr. Rogers, would you move Superintendent's Resolutions 1 through 16?
Yes, I move Superintendent's Resolutions 1 through 16.
Second.
Mr. Kaczynski, second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Kocher?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Mr. Mascarotola?
I'm going to abstain on 15 because I don't have a copy of it, and I will vote yes on those ones.
Dr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
I'll vote yes on 15, but do we have a copy of the addenda, please?
The addendum, yes, right here.
Okay, I vote yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Doctor.
Mrs. Russo?
Yes on all but 15. Are you voting
Mrs.
no?
Lozano?
Yeah, are you voting no on that? Correct. Thank you.
Yes, on everything.
Mr. Susano, would you move addendum, Superintendent's Addendum item number 17?
Mr. President, I move Superintendent's Amendment number 17, changing the training level as written.
Second.
Mr. Kaczynski, second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Kocher?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Mr. Mascarotola?
Yes.
Dr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes on all but communication.
We're on Superintendent number 7.
Oh, I-
17.
Addendum.
Addendum.
Right here.
It's on the
Dr. Reed, will you move business administrators / board secretary resolutions 1 through 14, please?
Yes, Mr. Cook, I'd like to move board secretary's resolutions 1 through 13.
14.
14,
Second.
as stated.
Second.
Mr. Spizzato, second. Any discussion? Yes.
Discussion number 9, electrical upgrades, $456,000 at the high school. Does anyone have any further knowledge on that?
Number 9.
Oh, that's all part of the referendum, and they have to upgrade the electrical system for the new air conditioning system, HVAC that's going into the building.
This was
So it's not an upgrade from the original plan?
No, this is all part of the original plan. That's just what the project itself was for.
Any other discussion?
Not discussion, just one comment. On number 7, approval of payment for the traditional to direct access. Just want to make it clear, that the difference in the numbers are union and non-union. That's the difference when, I see a lot of different numbers. I know it was family and it was single. And I see lots of different combinations. Can you explain that just so that everyone understands?
The EAN contract specifically states that their incentive is based on the 2008-2009 premiums. When, as the negotiations team moved forward and negotiated with other units, such as the district-wide staff and the custodial unit, it was agreed upon that they would get the 2010-2011 premium rates.
So that's why the numbers are different.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Proctor?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
Mr. Mascaretolo?
Yes.
Dr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes on all the communication bills.
Mrs. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Sauter?
Yes.
Mr. Spizzato?
Yes.
In this session, we allow questions or comments on all school-related matters. Our regulations allot 30 minutes for these communications. Again, each person shall be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask you to try to stay within this requirement. As stated earlier, all statements will be directed to me as chairman. Please remember to always state your name and address each and every time you address the board. You wish to be heard.
Good evening again, Mr. Cook, to Alan Thomas, 108 McKinley Street. Mr. Cook, I was just concerned when I heard that the athletic committee was going to report to the board in executive session, but we were not advised, the public were not advised as to under what subject matters would be discussed that would require executive session that the athletic committee would be dealing with.
It's personnel issues. And personnel issues, the budget-related personnel issues that will be discussed in executive session.
And no other issues will be discussed in
No.
executive session.
In executive session, and there will be no formal action taken afterwards. So once we finish that discussion, we'll adjourn
And that will take place tonight.
tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Anyone
I have
else?
a question,
There's no one else, Mr. Thomas?
Hi, Jessica, from Lakeview Road. We understand the traffic study has been completed for Radcliffe School, and we're just wondering if we'll get a copy of that.
I have not seen or heard that we have gotten, that it has been completed, unless Mr. Zari has something to comment. When we get it, we will
Mr.
certainly
Carney
share.
got a copy of it today, so we're curious as to when the PTO will be getting their copy.
I can certainly call Mr. Carney in the morning and tell him to make copies available if he in fact did get the survey.
Okay. Well, this board said that they would be making copies available to Radcliffe. That was
Well, if-
Mr. Riley's
we-
work, that he would be making that.
Unfortunately, the board has not received a copy of it
Okay.
at this point in time, so we can't comment.
Okay.
And
When we do, we will proceed
Okay.
as.
I'm imagining that Mr. Carney has a copy from Mr. Barry, who
Mhm.
oversaw the survey, and that would be the official copy. I'll speak to him in the morning And if in fact that is the official survey, then I'll make sure that he
Joe.
gets that out to the PTO.
Excuse me, before you go any further with that, I believe that's the township, not the Board of Education. Now, if a survey was done by Mr. Barry,
No, I didn't say it was us.
if a survey was done by Mr. Barry or had anything to do with the Public Safety Department, it's not a school board issue right now. We don't have,
And we don't have it,
we have
so
nothing
there
to
is no-
discuss
there is
regarding
nothing to
stop,
discuss.
drop, and go.
Mr.
I know Mr. Riley made some comments, but we are not informed as a board of
Mr.
anything.
Sposado, that's what I said before, that we have not received the copy.
Right, so I
We're
mean,
not
as far as
prepared-
handing out
can't-
copies and stuff, this isn't a school thing. So let's make it clear that if this came from the town to Mr. Carney, it should be distributed, because it's nothing to do with this Board of Education.
What I would do then is I will amend my comments. I will talk to Mr. Barry tomorrow.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Okay, there was also another question. Today, traffic was closed down on Chestnut, well, parking lots. The signs went up and down the street, no parking due to, emergency, cars would be towed. The police came down the street and said there would be no parking on that one side of the street that we've had all the issues on. I understand that's public
I
safety
think that
thing.
you have to go to the,
To the town,
to the
about
town,
the
when they have their meeting, the commissioners ask the questions
And
there,
to what
as
the-
opposed to here.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just didn't know if the board was made aware that was put in place today.
No.
I have a question.
Is it related to this, or is it
Yes,
to the old
pertains to
business?
this, pertains to this. And I agree with Tommy, but was the survey for the traffic study done on behalf of the Board of Education, at the Board of Education's request?
No.
Well, who requested it?
Public
That's
safety,
why
No,
Mr.
no,
Zarrow,
no, that's what I'm trying to find out.
public safety is working on it. Commissioner.
No, I
Mr.
know who's
Scaratola,
doing it.
Mr. Scaratola, if we can just cut this to the chase, Mr. Zarrow will be talking to the town tomorrow and get the information, and then maybe we'll report back next meeting. and that's it.
I am not asking for any to divulge anything about the report.
No, I'm
I'm just
just
trying
saying
to
you have nothing to
understand the
discuss at this
concept, because Mr. Riley talked as if it was the Board of Education that was directing it. That's what I wanted to make sure was
Not
clear.
this Board of Education.
Okay, fine. It wasn't the board, fine.
Anyone else from the public wish to be heard?
Mr. Cook, again, Alan Thomas. As you might be aware, the governor signed a new anti-bullying law, and it becomes effective for the next school year. I was wondering if the board or the superintendent has appointed a committee or has begun the process of implementing the new law. And if so, what are those steps?
As I mentioned, there's a seminar that I have to go to next Wednesday at the county superintendent's office regarding this specific topic, and then we will certainly be in compliance with the law. I know the committees are required in every building, and we will be addressing that. They will be in place. And also, Mr. Promaco has offered to come in and speak to our administrators regarding their responsibilities under the new law, their legal responsibilities.
Will the board's policy committee be involved? Because I think it will require.
We will have to make sure that our policy is in compliance, obviously.
And all that has to be done by the start of the school year.
Yes. Mr. Lozano will be on top of that.
Just a quick, I have one thing to add. The memorandum of agreement with the prosecutor's office always dealt with drug abuse and things along those lines. We're going to attempt to institute bullying as part of that memorandum, which means that if a child is involved in a bullying incident outside of school grounds or on a Saturday or Sunday, and the police get involved, that gets reported back to the superintendent of schools and vice versa.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Suzanne Howard, 18 Month Place. I just have one question to beat a dead horse with the stop, drop, and go. If they want to put it through the back parking lot of our school, it is not a board matter? That is still public?
It's.
Because
we
Mr.
wait
Riley
until-
has yet to say on record that that is off the table, that option.
At this point in
Okay.
time, we have not received a copy of it. Mr. Zarrow will be talking to the town officials tomorrow, and we'll get more information, at which point in time we can comment. Right now, it's not, the board has not authorized this, and we will
The board is
proceed,
not authorized, okay.
as far as I know,
Okay.
and we will proceed with further information from the town.
Okay, thank you.
Thomas?
Ms. Cook, any problems with heat in the school buildings this month?
Little chilly this evening, Mr. Thomas.
Have we had any issues? As far as I know, there have been none.
We've had some minor issues, but Mr. Nicolette has been on them early enough in the mornings prior to the start of school that they've all been addressed.
Okay, just glad to hear.
Anyone else? If not, we'll close this portion of the meeting. Any old business to discuss?
Okay, can we discuss it?
No, just PSM for information, we're going to have a presentation by our principals.
What Mr. Spizzato is referring to is the test scores that were recently obtained on proficiency, and we plan on having a formal presentation to the full board and to the public probably next month. So at that point in time, we'll be able to.
Is this for public distribution at this time?
Those were, this was requested by certain board members, they wanted it broken down.
Yeah, but can we release this to?
Oh, absolutely, sure. It's
But
public
I-
record. It was in Star Ledger 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I would like to acknowledge and thank Mr. Thomas, because not only did he supply me with an analysis for this year, but I also pulled out my file from last year to compare the two. So thank you, you saved me a lot of work.
Any other old business? Any new business? I'd just like to remind the public, or notify the public, that we will be having a special meeting next Monday, January 31st. There will be two topics to be discussed. One in open session will be a referendum to primarily cover solar panels, some technology issues, and other grounds, safety issues that affects the various schools. And then we will have a session on the superintendent's search. 7:30 public.
Right? 7:30 is not due.
Will the superintendent search be part of the public session?
No, the superintendent search is being done in executive session at 6 p.m. The public session is at 7:30.
That portion of it, we're discussing individuals' names and confidentiality. There are people who don't want, they may not necessarily want the public to know that they applied. So that will be an executive session. Any other new business? If not, whereas the Board of Education will be discussing matters exempt from public discussion pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education recess to close executive session at this time to discuss personnel. Be it further resolved that the results of the discussion will be made public by inclusion on the agenda of a subsequent meeting of the Board of Education, and when the reasons for discussing such matters in closed session no longer exist. I so move. Second. Those in favor? Aye. And remind the public, we will not be taking any formal action at the close of this executive session, and we'll be adjourning. We're just coming in to adjourn.